Hi, this is Chris here on YouTube. I just want to go ahead and talk about the media blackout as far as Ron Paul. As far as what Ron Paul is concerned, um, it's actually been recently Jon Stewart on the Daily Show, whose brother is actually the head of the New York Stock Exchange. The guy is really connected. He's pretty mobbed up. But anyway, they decided to point out the fact that CNN, Fox News, and all the other mainstream media outlets, MSNBC, have basically been censoring and hiding Ron Paul. They've basically been pulling polls. Fox News has been known to pull polls where Ron Paul was winning. They've been known to just announce Rick Perry, even going into people that aren't even running. I mean, they're talking about Sarah Palin and Rick Santorum, who's not even in the picture. They talk about just the main three people, the main three people that are part of the establishment, which is Mitt Romney, Rick Perry, who just announced last week, okay, and Michelle Bachmann, former IRS attorney. All three of them are kind of, if you're willing to vote for any one of them, you're just going to be let down. Pretty much how the Democrats have been let down with voting for Barack Obama. They thought he was going to bring hope and change, and he brought change, all right. Change for the worse. Economies and the crap are expanding wars into Libya. They're also talking about the Fast and Furious, not the movie. Every time I mention Fast and Furious to someone, they with the ATF scandal, shipping guns into Mexico, they think I'm talking about the movie. Okay, please educate yourself. Fast and Furious isn't the movie. That doesn't have anything to do with cars. It was an operation to ship thousands of guns into Mexico, which have killed, I believe, 2 or 3 border patrol agents, and which is touched up on a lot by Alex Jones. But he doesn't really touch up on the fact of how many scores of Mexican police have been killed, or Mexican federal troops have been killed, or been on the opposing side of those weapons, which is definitely very important to touch up on as well. These are people trying to basically, uphold the law and enforce the law. So anyway, enough with that. I'll just totally get off of the subject if I really get into that, and why Obama should be impeached, or they should even at least bring up they should at least bring up the idea of him being impeached over. They don't. The mainstream media, the establishment, tends not to go after presidents for real issues. Bill Clinton with basically Bill Clinton and selling secrets to the Chinese, and other just dirty shit that he was doing. They would go after him with getting oral sex in the Oval Office. They'll do that, which is a giant smokescreen, and which they do a lot. And Donald Trump is basically in cahoots with Barack Obama. I know he's donated to the Democratic Party before. It was a big smokescreen. The whole thing with where's the birth certificate, and where was he born? His grandmother said he was born in Kenya. All that stuff was just a smokescreen to just get you not really paying attention to the real issues, what's going on. So enough about that. I want to talk about Ron Paul. Okay, Ron Paul has been very consistent for the last 30 plus years. Texas Congressman Ron Paul. He's the only real candidate that hasn't been bought off by the establishment. He pretty much is someone that will he's someone that will be for the people. He was someone that will represent the people, and I believe without a Ron Paul election, this is pretty much our last chance to really be truly prosperous in this time, and really try to turn around this economy and turn around this country for the better, of course. And the establishment front runners that are being pushed on us, they're not even the front runners. A lot of polls are saying Ron Paul has gotten a lot of support. I've donated to his campaign. I'm not made out of money. I don't have a lot of money, but whatever I can, I donate to the Ron Paul campaign, or just buy a T-shirt or a bumper sticker or something like that. But yeah, I just want to go back to where Jon Stewart was making fun of the coverage. They would basically say, "Oh yeah, well Mitt Romney won this poll, and Michelle Bachmann came in third, and Rick Perry came in fourth, and blah blah blah." After who? Who was number two? They never mentioned it. It's you can Google it or even on YouTube. I don't know if they pulled the video. Definitely on Comedy Central, you can watch it. It's Jon Stewart, Ron Paul. Put that in, you'll find the clip, and you'll probably laugh your ass off like I did. And you know, we kind of know where Jon Stewart stands, but it was just I just believe that it was just so rich that he just could not pass up just pointing it out, because it's just out there in the obvious, and it got a lot of attention, and it's making all these mainstream media outlets look like clowns, and they are clowns. So so anyway, as far as the censoring of Ron Paul, that's how I would like to describe it. Is pretty much censoring him, downplaying him. He can't win. He can't win. He's great. And a lot of other people, the mainstream Republicans. And now you kind of noticed before Rick Perry got into the picture, you had guys like Glenn Beck saying, "Oh yeah, I like Ron Paul. You know, he's the only one who makes sense." I believe I saw a video clip of him actually saying that. He's like, "Isn't it great to hear a politician actually making sense and wanting to, you know, go back to the gold standard and really go back to the way things were in this country and auditing the Federal Reserve." Like, they all loved it. Okay, and then all of a sudden when Rick Perry came in, basically the establishment stooge, uh, that all pretty much went out the window. Now there's no more talk of Ron Paul on with Glenn Beck or guys like Rush Limbaugh. You're not hearing it, and I don't think you're going to hear it. You're only going to hear it from people like me, people like Alex Jones, and definitely Ron Paul. But one thing that Ron Paul has going for him is his ads, his political ads that he has running. I mean, it's completely. He'll say. I believe his last one was saying the man to beat Barack Obama. That was the last video ad that he had, and it was amazing. It basically showed Barack Obama, and then it said the talking heads. They're just smooth talkers. That's all it is. Talk, rhetoric. That's what Rick Perry. And they had I didn't have a picture of Rick Perry, but they had a picture of Romney, Bachmann, and they had Obama. And it was completely unbiased as far as like the political ad was definitely like demonizing even his own Republicans, which I don't think even if he were to win the primary and be the front runner to go against Obama, I don't think he would pick it. I can't think of anybody right now that Ron Paul would pick as a running mate for vice president. I mean, that's like a whole other issue to pick. Like, even if he wins, like, who would he pick? Would he pick Bachmann? Like, no, he wouldn't pick any of these clowns. So that's gonna be tough, and I would like to hear who would you like to recommend as far as a potential vice president candidate to go up against Obama and Biden for Ron Paul if he happens to do win the primary. I talked to my aunts, I talked to all my family about it, and basically they believe it's going to be kind of like, they think of it kind of like, oh, it's going to be like Ross Perot. Ross Perot got a lot of, back in 1988 or whatever, got a lot of people to kind of go on with him, but you have to understand that Ross Perot didn't run as a Republican, he ran as an independent, so it was split three ways. They didn't understand that. So if you vote for basically, if Ron Paul wins the primary, it's just going to be Ron Paul versus Obama. That's it. It's not going to split three ways. There were so many candidates back in the 2008 election, but before McCain actually was the front runner, was the primary candidate. There was like Fred Thompson, Ron Paul ran back in 2008. There was just a score of them, but it ultimately comes down to who's number one, who's going to win. So we'll see about that. But I just want people just to wake up and just to know that Ron Paul can win, and I hope he does win.